Aquarius, hello. Welcome back to the Tarot Closet. Welcome if you're new to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to another Aquarius Tarot Love Reading, channeled love messages from your person. Reading where we go into their feelings for you, thoughts, intentions, what you might need to know or hear, don't see coming. Is anyone making a move? Let's take a deep dive. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Please show us what we need to see for Aquarius today. Please show us the cards. Ahu. It's the Strength card in reverse, a Leo energy. What's going on? Seven of Wands. In reverse, the High Priestess in the upright, and it's where their energy is really strong. The Page of Pentacles, our messenger. Whoa! The Ten of Cups, the Emperor. Aries energy. Yeah. What is somebody strategizing here? Already getting some initial hits, and some of the early feeling here is, yeah, somebody, our messenger here is literally trying to get over some ego to reach out. I feel like, yep, that there is a make or break conversation going on. There might already be a separation, a pause, or a breakup that's here. The Ten of Swords connected to the Ten of Cups. Seven of Wands in reverse in the partnership placement. And the High Priestess, again, where their energy is quite strong. Four of Cups, yeah, that's what it is. It's a feeling of, well, look at the Five of Wands actually coming down today. Look at the two stags sort of have their horns, they're like headbutting. They have their horns intertwined, and there is a raccoon here, sort of mediating. There's a crow. There are actually a couple of them over here. Some kind of headbuttings or some kind of compromise that hasn't been reached. What I will tell you is somebody here is trying to get over some pride. And it's around communication. And I want to validate for you, if you can see each other, it's definitely at that event. I would say around community or friends and family, you know, perhaps. Not everybody probably can, but that's a really strong indication. And there's definitely a defense energy around it, and I'm not surprised. The Knight of Cups is here in reverse. There's definitely a broken promise energy, and here's the thing. It's right in between the Five of Pentacles. So really validating some kind of worry and loss that's going here, but also more energy for me of somebody trying to communicate. And on the other end, the High Priestess. So the intuitive energy, the Queen of Swords, around the move to communicate, but also the intuitive energy, yeah, Three of Wands, around what that's going to mean for you. And the decision, a decision for you to make in trusting your intuition. What I like about this energy in particular, that it's in a placement here at the Tarot Closet that is really strong around this person. Yeah, they're definitely working on communication here. That is a higher self energy. And it's a revealing energy. And I like that because we are looking at the Emperor here in your overall energy. With that said, it is in the upright, and I like that. And it's connected to the root chakra, and it's a very centered energy. You know, they even have, well, they have armor on. And look, there's the little door is open, and you can see their heart. Isn't that interesting? Divine masculine energy, it's a Mars and Aries energy. But somebody here is definitely strategizing and getting over fear, but it feels like it's really connected to the pride in our Leo energy, which is also heart chakra energy in the Strength card in reverse. Working on it, literal here, Page of Pentacles, our messenger, Three of Wands around the movement, the coming together energy, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Chariot, yeah, in reverse, the delays, Moon and Cancer energy. And it's connected here to the Strength card in reverse, which is very validating. Why? The Lover's card is here. Somebody really broke some promises. The Nine of Cups is also here in reverse. There it is. Seven of Swords. The Hermit in reverse. More page energy, the Page of Wands. The Death card. This is definitely make or break, Aquarius. For some of you, again, you might already even be in this energy. But I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, oh my gosh. This is really clear, and I was about to say it, and it's even more validating with our Two of Wands. So our Two of Wands, and then we're moving into the Three of Wands. The person that you're waiting on. What are you waiting on? Well, first of all, it's really clear as our little mouse here in the hot air balloon, which is interesting, is looking over at the Death card, the death of their ego, first of all, for them to come in a really different vibration. I guess you could say a higher vibration. But also around, yeah, this conversation that I feel like is a make or break kind of energy, because we are in the Hermit in reverse. And on one side, is the Seven of Swords. That's your energy, Aquarius, and Uranus energy. And on the other end is the Page of Wands. So more page energy. Somebody who's like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm waiting on this. I want to validate if there is something else as well, waiting for somebody to change, stop, something needing to stop or change in order for anything to go anywhere. That's also here. I gotta say, the delay here is definitely really validating around the relationship around commitment energy. When you're coming out of the Lover's card, by the way, so the Emperor, the Hierophant, is in here. We're going into the Lover's card, which we have here. You go into the Chariot, which is in reverse. The Moon and Cancer energy. The emotional blocks around this person. The lack of movement. The sort of struggling with that. So I do actually want to bring in a validation. For those of you that it's been around platonic and or physical, there's definitely that energy of a lot of chemistry. If it, that kind of energy is here. But perhaps somebody who's been struggling with being honest about their feelings. The Lover's card is here, as you can see, and it actually is staying here where it came down. It's connected to our Queen of Swords, the Truth. Libra ruled by Venus, connecting here with the Lover's card, Gemini. Archangel Raphael, of course, connected to the heart chakra. So, waiting for somebody to get over some, I feel like, pride, again, an ego, but fear is connected to that because it's really connected to the pride for me. And whatever might be going on that I'm not privy to, also in that Death card, but the emotional blocks here in the Chariot around the truth, around feelings, and or feelings about the future, because something clearly has been going on here, and there's some headbutting here, is what this energy is strategizing around, because somebody here definitely ran. Seven of Swords, I'm looking at you. Was there some dishonesty here? Highly likely. Look where it is, too. In that energy of, for those of you around physical or platonic, or even if it's past that already, or was past that, just around feelings, commitment feelings, like the future, where you were going, what the possibilities were or are, because we're looking at the Queen of Swords. I'm looking at you, the Queen of Swords, with the Lover's card right on her back. Here with the Ten of Cups. New cycle energy, of course, life together. So had you built it? Were you building it? Is it on the table? There's definitely a lot of things up in the air, I feel, because somebody here wasn't honest about feelings. And for some of you, it's about like feelings about next level, which obviously we could be looking at you, Knight of Cups in reverse, around marriage. Nine of Cups in reverse. This is a lot of broken promise energy for me. Because the Nine of Cups here, where do you go when you come out of the Nine of Cups? You go into the Ten of Cups, and it's here on the table, but it's also connecting to the Ten of Swords here. Where am I pointing? And again, whether you're already there and this conversation is confirming that, or it's the possibility of opening it up again, or just even having the conversation around make or break is just really clear, because we're dealing with a lot of page energy here, Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands around the movement. And it's connected to this major arcana energy of the Hermit in reverse, which is an energy of, yeah, it's a pretty stuck energy, like not having clarity, not having truth. It's sort of up in the air. And that's the thing about the Lover's card here today. It's like, it has judgment energy too, like final decision time. There's a decision to make here between the two of you. How do you feel? Where do you see this going? Two of Wands waiting on this person to make a choice and make a move. We can literally see in the Chariot coming after our lovers in the upright, the Chariot in reverse, that it's stalled or stopped or delayed. Where do you go when you come out of the Three of Wands? You go into the Four of Wands, and yeah, it can definitely be a marriage card. So there's definitely an energy here of, also it's sort of like, well, I really need to know this because I don't want to waste any more time, you know? Because I can see that there's time that's been wasted here. Not wanting to do it again or go for it again, or you know, you've been in a cycle. That's what I want to say. Everything's just wanting to travel today, the cards. A Scorpio energy here, by the way. Yeah, and here's the thing. Look at this major arcana energy, the Death card. It's right in the middle of the Emperor and the Lovers. It feels like a really, like I said, make or break, but it feels like a big deal. You know, that this is, I need to know this, we need to decide this. Because there's definitely a weight here. I want to bring in some more. And we're going to bring in some Oracle Aquarius. Okay. It's being revealed, and I just want to get it down here before, yeah, is that yours? It is. And it just brought in two. Well, this is really validating. Feelings, a new beginning, make or break, Ace of Cups, upright energy, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Obviously could be also connecting to marriage. This is the thing about the Ace of Cups today. I kind of feel like it's what I call a spinner, because I do feel like there's disappointment here. There's broken promises here, whether you're talking or you're not talking. With that said, it's right here on the Four of Cups and our Page of Wands, who has this plan but hasn't executed it yet. But in your overall energy, we can see there's a much more authoritative figure here, the Emperor, who is strategizing on how to execute this plan. You can even see our rabbit, Hase, as we say here in Austria, bunny, har, connected to matters of the heart and new beginnings, sort of, well, pulling on this heart. It's like red thread of fate energy, yet it's almost like unraveling it, you know? And this is super validating between the Two of Wands and now the Seven of Pentacles, that it's definitely waiting for someone. So whether that's to hear how they really feel, if it's past, platonic, and or physical, feelings about the future, about marriage, life together. Again, I mean, that could mean so many different things. Moving in, marriage, blending families. It is literally right here between the Lovers and the Death card. It's pretty make or break. Oh my gosh, it's so validating. Six of Swords, that's what this is. And by the way, it's not only Mercury energy around the communication, it's Aquarius. Look, our fox is here on this raft built from logs, you know. And look at all these lanterns which appear, I almost feel like they have clocks on them, but I don't think so. But they're all being held up by these messengers to help this fox see the way to move on. It definitely has this feeling here. It is just really super clear, connecting also, again, with our Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, make or break energy. This is the third page energy, and this is the energy I feel like that has been going on, and this is the energy we need around this person, the Emperor, but the Page of Swords. So we're down to 3. Well, we have 3 of our 4-page energies. It's like, what is this to you? Is this real to you? Like holding on to this truth, not speaking up, maybe telling other people. Yeah, oh my gosh. This is exactly where it's been. It's the Hangman. Okay, yeah, this is really, it's been really clear, Aquarius, but it's just really validating as we move through our tarot. The Hangman is here, obviously major arcana energy. This is a lot of indecision for me, uncertainty, getting perspective, figuring it out literally. You come out of the Hangman, and that's where you go, is the Death card. This is where things have been. It's where this person is. And here is our 4th and last page energy, the Page of Cups. So around this new beginning, around the feelings, Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Page of Wands, it's all here, and that's been the energy that's been here. And it's here with the Ace of Swords in reverse. You're in this energy, as well as Libra and Gemini. And that's, again, it's just in their head. It's indecision. It's holding information back. Super, super clear. Make or break kind of energy, and I just want to validate that around communication also with yourself, Should you choose not to have and wait for a conversation, or you even initiate it, whatever the case is, it's like, definitely has this make or break energy. The feelings, I feel like it's really clear that there are some deep feelings here, but they're not out, or they're muddled. And again, this decision here in the Lover's card is really strong for me today. For the 2 of you. But as always, you have free will. A person does, everybody does. The future is not fixed. Energies and outcomes, they can, they will, and they do change. Lobster inner growth is here. It's what we want to see, because this crustacean is what's blocking the flow in the moon. And the moon, of course, rules the tide and the water and the emotions and the feelings. Inner growth, literally, for me, with this lobster today, is connecting with maybe time, but around the feelings that need to be expressed. They need to be talked about, or not. For some of you, you might be in this internal energy, of course, that you've been in a while, with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse, and getting this clarity and inner growth for yourself, should you decide that's what it is for you. A break, Sphinx, ancient wisdom. So this is connecting with our High Priestess, who is here in the upright, revealing the information. It's also uprighting our Chariot energy. You need to have this information, answer the riddles to get the Sphinx moving, and that's definitely around some emotional growth, but it's also around literal movement. It could be travel, but it feels like and that's definitely a high possibility here, but it could be, and or also around, again, I feel like the move of the conversation, or the move toward either where you were or where you were heading. Lily is here. Yeah, this is sort of like also connecting me to the earlier times. And what path are we taking? Pathway, passage now. It's literally up in the air. Also here with the Hangman, look there, it's a hot air balloon. But what's holding it up? It's also a hot air balloon. What is hanging on it? Is it a swan? But we also saw that in, where was the other hot air balloon? Okay, it doesn't matter. But look. Literally rising above it. Information being withheld. Information being given and received. And yeah, decisions being made. And quickly. Where are you at? Energetic movement is here. Oh my gosh. It's just been really clear, Aquarius. So grape blessings is here. As you can see, the bunch of grapes. The 2 leaves here around the change, held up like by a twig. And this is around things developing, new beginnings, the possibility of exploring that. It's right here with ship exploration. The ship literally on the move, which, by the way, with these big sails, it's powered by the air. Your energy, the sword energy, communication, clarity in relationships. And there's big waves on each side. Exploring the possibilities. It's going right here on the Ace of Cups. Both of them, actually. Okay. And I'm going to bring in some Tarot Closet channeled love messages. Love messages from your person, from their higher self. Look what just fell out. I took you for granted. I want to remind you, if you hear, see, or suspect my content in any way, shape, or form, anywhere, any platform, keep those emails coming. My email is in the video description, also on the About Me page. I really appreciate it. This is the only place that I upload, and I work really hard. So thank you to those of you that have alerted me. It really means a lot. Only place upload as in my verified channel, the Tarot Closet on YouTube. The bottom of the deck, I write messages in my head over and over. That's definitely the Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm trying to get over my fear. That is the Strength card in reverse. I lay awake at night worrying about us. 8 of Swords energy. It was me, not you. So what is that about? You're my person too. Also really interesting energy around 2 very authoritative, there goes my throat chakra, intense energies of the Emperor and the High Priestess. So not having the counterpart, the Empress here, not having the Hierophant here. Perhaps for some of you, like some really big differences between you. I messed up so bad. So what is that about? This is far from over. It's here with Lily. I'm trying to send a message. Trying to get over my fear. That's been a really strong energy from the beginning of your reading, also around the communication. I am so sorry. So there's an apology here, but that's not even what this is completely about. Do you love me? It's here on the Sphinx. No, look, I'm sorry. I hurt you. It wants to go here with the High Priestess, which is right underneath our 2 of Wands here. That's interesting because it also feels like for some of you, that's your question posing to them. Here on the 2 of Wands, right above the High Priestess. There is so much left unsaid in the last channeled love message. I want to tell you the truth. Yeah. It's here on the Queen of Swords. I feel like it's not a moment too soon as well. Beautiful Aquarius, thank you for joining me at the Tarot Closet. I'll see you next time.